अरे नहीं बात सुन के कंफ्यूजन चल रही है बेटा।
मेरा तो मस्त है। नाम तो अभी सब पढ़ा दी हाथ में किसी ने ऑर्डर में पढ़ लिया तो नहीं मानती क्यों मुझे कैसे भी 2 घंटा बैठने वाला चलता है ना मेरे को मजा आता है
सिविक्स कैसा हो गया
अच्छा
और मैं जो देखो क्यों सिविक्स
हिस्ट्री पसंद है हिस्ट्री
हाँ हिस्ट्री पसंद है
मेरे को भी पसंद है
हाँ मुझे हिस्ट्री अच्छा तो पसंद है
सीरियसली
कैसे अच्छा हिस्ट्री बहुत पसंद है बताइए हिस्ट्री में मजा आता है सिविक्स क्या है सिविक्स डिफिकल्ट नहीं है बोरिंग बहुत
बोरिंग है
बहुत बोरिंग इसलिए नफरत नहीं है पसंद नहीं करता
मैंने एक बार पढ़ लिया एक पूरा चैप्टर अभी दूसरी बार पढ़ रही हूँ
या मेरे को पागल नहीं करता
कौन सा कंपनी है
सैमसंग
वाह अमीर
तो पैसा दिखाएगा इसके लिए ऑनलाइन कुछ तो हाँ
कितने का फोन 3030 अगर तेरे पास 3000 है तो बहुत अमीर है वो तो बेस्ट है मेरे पास फोन ही नहीं है
तेरी सोशल लाइब्रेरी इसके जो
अरे
स्टार्टिंग के सब बोले मेरी फोन भी नहीं है वो पूरा
स्टार्ट है ये पढ़िए
कैसे किया
टॉप
मारा ये कंटिन्यूस रखना चाहिए हाँ
पूरी
नहीं तो ना तू मेरे से मार इस टाइम में मारूं
इस टाइम डिसअपॉइंट नहीं किया ना अच्छा किया था
50 मार्क्स का पेपर में तुम करेंगे बात
कंटिन्यू करो
ये सेकंड टॉप मारा
ये सेकंड टॉप के लिए मीनिंग नहीं करो तुम्हारा क्यों इतना काम है हाँ तुमने ट्रांसलेट किया वर्ड में हाँ किया हाँ क्या मुझे समझ आया क्या डाउट है क्या फिक्स है हमारे डाउट में तो पहले क्लियर कर दो इनका नहीं अभी
दो मार्क्स पीछे है वो लाग गया मुझे तो नहीं दिया ना वो नहीं जाएगा
मेरा आज बहुत चलता तेरे से मेरा आज बहुत ऐसे ही पेपर
वो पेपर बेटा हाँ
ठीक है
मेरे को भी मालूम लेकिन ये क्या कर रहा है दूसरा भी स्कूल भी ये करने का अच्छा है वाला था
देखना पड़ेगा लेकिन सेकंड टाइम का भी
यार बहुत ज्यादा हाइट से डिस्टेंस है
नहीं ये तो
नहीं वाला डिस्टेंस करता अरे
अच्छा
हां हाइट से डिस्टेंस में बिल्कुल नहीं हुआ था हां बिल्कुल
अच्छा ठीक है तो मैं टॉप कर एक भी नहीं किया था एक सम भी नहीं
ये वाला हाइट से डिस्टेंस करता
ट्रिग्नोमेट्री का नहीं किया
ट्रिग्नोमेट्री वाले में मैंने किया है
क्या
अरे प्रीति जैसे तेरे टॉप में मिलूंगा हां ठीक है करता है
किया है इसका किया मेहनत नहीं करता हूँ
मैं नहीं हूँ मैंने
नहीं है तो भाई
देख मैं नहीं देख अभी ये पॉइंट दिख रहा है पॉइंट के वो तेरे से कुछ
नहीं
हाँ
ईयरफोन्स क्या है ईयरफोन्स ईयरफोन्स क्या
हाँ
हाँ
ये कुछ क्या
पहले चला तुमने एग्जाम में
पता है ना मुझे ईयरफोन्स तो वो दिखता है
नहीं
हाँ दिखता है इधर
तो अमीर है तो अमीर है किसी को नहीं मिल सकता
मैं आयरन मैन नहीं और तेरे को क्या कौन में फील कर रही है मैं बंगाली नाम के साथ हूँ मेरे को कोई ऐसा नहीं देता है
अरे सिंधी मिस्टेक्स किया और तो हमेशा सिंधी मिस्टेक्स से होता है
हाँ मेरे को बहुत गाली पड़ते हैं हाँ क्यों नाम को भी गाली से
हाँ तेरा नाम के साथ yesterday भूल गया था फिजिक्स का नॉलेज उनके पास है नहीं
फ्रेंच फ्रेंच वाले वर्ड
अमीर
लिमिटेड
लिमिटेड एडिशन क्या
कल हाँ
हमारा
कंटेंट से हाफ डे हो सकता है कर लिया
एडिशन
फ्रेंच
अरे हिंदी का
पहली बार है अच्छा Oh, visual terrace. मेरे पास तो हिंदी का है
आप और भी कर और
क्यों
ऐसे बहुत ही
ऑलरेडी है ना मैं पिछले साल तो स्टूडेंट हूँ चाहिए ना बदली अरे घर पर है सेम चीज है
सोचो तो ग्रामर का
सेम चीज में जो डाल दिया बिल्कुल सेम चीज में मेरे लिए ये व्हाट आर यू यूजिंग ये सेंस ना हां स्टैंडर्ड सर ज्योग्राफी के लिए है फॉर एग्जांपल
Six, Okay, I'm ready. Let me go to the one. And I'm going to start with the first lesson on history. I think because first, first war of Indian independence. Already, I think Union Parliament was started, civics lesson was started, not yet completed.
Yeah.
So I am going to start the history, the first war of Indian independence. Okay. Now, what do we know about the first war of Indian independence? Any idea? Indian independence means we were under somebody's control, British, and we have tried to get their freedom. That is what is independence. For that, what war? Okay. So that is what the first war. First time there was a united attempt to fight against that common enemy. Because earlier also some wars were there. They were fighting against each other. That means if Marathas were there, Marathas and British, Mughals and British, then Sikhs and British, like that, wars were there. But now the people, all the sections of the people united together and find this British as a common enemy. That is what we call first war of Indian independence. Let's see how this British came to India. We know that East India Company was formed and East India Company came to India for trade purpose. So after that, they began to establish their authority slowly and steadily. So administration, they began to enter into that political domination. Now, after establishing that, they began to control all over India, almost all the parts of India. Now, the rulers who were ruling over India were not having their controlling their own will. So they were unhappy. There were another causes which made another sections also join. For example, if you are unhappy with something, you will protest. Like that, all the sections, one way or the other, were unhappy with this British policies. They decided to fight against. That war came to be known as First War of Indian Independence. Let's see what were the reasons that and when it all started. Now, so many reasons we can find it. But let's take a picture of this thing from, so let's take a picture from 1757 to 1857. Do you know what happened in 1757? Battle of Plassey. Through the Battle of Plassey, some of the areas were brought under British control. So we can take that period or from 1757 onwards. There was a period of outright conquest. Have you heard this word? Means that they came forward and conquer actually territory state. That is what we call by outright conquest. So that was that we can take as the first reason for the war against the British. So before that, let me tell you, we can brief it up the reasons into 4 categories. So in short, I am giving a word, pray. What is that? P means political, R means religious and social causes, E means economic causes, and M means military causes. Okay, it will be very easy for you to remember. So what is that? Political, religious and social, and economic and military. So now here we are coming to which causes? Political. Okay, political causes. The first one is outright conquest. Outright conquest में first what happened? Battle of Plastic. 1764 another war was there. Battle of Buxar. Okay. If you want, you can jot down this point so that it will be very easy for you to learn. Then period from 1764 to 1799. Anglo-Mysore Wars. Okay. Next, Anglo-Maratha War, then Anglo-Sikh War. Okay, so through this wars, what happened? They expanded their territory because through Anglo-Mysore Wars, the territories under that Mysore Sultans were brought under their control. Anglo-Maratha War, the powerful Maratha Empire was defeated and that territories were brought under their control. Then, as you told, Anglo-Sikh Wars. So, northwestern part also brought under the control of the British. So, almost that by this last one was in 1849. Through this war, Punjab also brought under. Okay, so it was the final nail of conquest. So all the territories are brought under. So outright war clear to you? That was the first. Now, second one. Policy of expansion. First is through conquest they expanded the territory. Then afterwards they want to expand their control through different methods. In that, the first one is subsidiary alliance. What is subsidiary alliance? Who introduced this one? No, Lord Wellesley. Okay. Lord Wellesley established that as subsidiary alliance. What is subsidiary alliance? No, that is doctrine.
Subsidiary alliance is an agreement between the British
British
and the ruler.
Ah.
That if they sign the contract, the rulers will get protection from the British and they'll have to pay some amount of tax to them.
Another one region will be stationed in that kingdom. Actually, the territory is not annexed to that. The king is allowed to rule. The actual freedom is not there. This is what a subsidiary alliance. Got it? You can read it and get all the main points we have mentioned. Okay. Now, second one. Doctrine of lapse. What is doctrine of lapse?
Then the kingdom will be annexed by the British.
Earlier, what was that? There is all the chances that may sons may not be there. So naturally, what is that? The kingdom will be ruled by the sons only. That means male people. So there was a habit of adopting male sons from that family. From among the family, they used to adopt a male child. And then after the death of this king, that kingdom used to go to that son. But Dalhousie introduced a policy that if a king died without a real heir apparent, the spelling is H-E-I-R. Real heir apparent, that kingdom would be annexed to the British. Got it? So what is that? If a king died without any real heir apparent, that kingdom would be annexed to British. Accordingly, which all territories were annexed to? Which was the first one? Jhansi. That only triggered all the problems. Jhansi, Satara, Nagpur. Okay. So one more was there. Was there? Jaipur, Sambalpur. All these territories were annexed on the basis of doctrine of lapse. Got it? So, according to the policy of expansion, we have seen two policies. What is that? Subsidiary sector, doctrine of lapse. Now, there was another method of annexation. So, third, I'm going to write here. In the pretext of mismanagement. That means they are claiming, British are claiming that this kingdom is not ruled mismanagement or misruled. Alleged misrule, isn't it? That is the point, you know?
Yeah.
Alleged misrule.
Anglo-Martial War was from 1767 to 1779. In textbook, it's 1767.
1767. I wrote 1764. No? Okay. Just I completed it by mistake because pen I have changed marker so that time. Okay, correct. Thank you. So alleged misruled. Some territories that the kingdom is not ruled properly, like that British alleged. So and annex those territory. Example, the first example was our those annexed on the basis of alleged misrule. Got it? Now, next point. On to who was Bahadur Shah? Last Mughal ruler. So he was treated with the disrespect. What was the disrespect? It was given that he was told that after his death, his son and all have to move from Red Fort to a palace near the. So it was a disrespect. They have constructed the place. And from that, he was asked to, and after that, the pensions and allowances which the rulers used to get were also stopped. So all this, the disrespect shown to Dushan. Then, next point, what it is? Nana Sahib and Bajirau's, Peshwa Bajirau's son only, Nana Sahib. To them also, the British treated badly because he was the adopted son of Bajirao II, but he was not given that pension also. He was not allowed to. Because earlier, what this one Nana Sahib used to do, the money they used to get from the government, they were having the right to collect the revenue. And that money was used to study about that country's condition and to create awareness. Now the money is stopped. So what can they do? Because it was a powerful empire and they used to do so many things. The Peshwas used to do so many things for the development of the country. And now there is no money. So that way also Nana Sahib and other such princes were treated. So this all reasons were the political reasons. Got everything clear? When we wind up, then I will ask the questions. Okay. Now, what is the second reason? In Prem, what is the second reason? Religious and social or socio-religious reasons. What is the meaning of social? What is the difference between social condition and religious condition? Is there any difference?
Religious practices means the practices practiced by the people and
Religion. Based on religion, that is our beliefs. Customs and beliefs. What is social condition which is related to the society? Now, how it is affected? I'm going to write the social condition. That means the British interfered in the social practices. Okay. let's see, what is that? You already told me abolition of sati. What is sati? Yeah.
Sati is the practice of burning the wife of the dead husband. That's
Okay.
right.
There was a practice prevailed in the earlier times in India. If the husband died, the wife would be burned alive in the burning fire of the country. Understood? You just imagine if our finger is burned while cooking, how much pain we are suffering. And this woman is burned alive. So it was an evil. But the people believed that this woman will become Devda, that means goddess, by doing that. She was forced to do. Anybody would like to do? If you were in that position, would you like to do? At any cost, no. Because our life is precious. Understood? So that time they were not allowed to speak anything. So with the help of social reformers of that time, they abolished so many evil practices. Another, have you heard about the child marriage?
Yes.
At a very young age, before knowing what is marriage, they got married. And they sometimes, because we know that at those times there was no medical facilities, vaccinations, or like that preventive medicines and all. So some or other way, if husband died, then wife have to lead a very miserable life. She has to stay in the four walls of that house. That is also in corner. She is not allowed to come to the common kitchen also. She has to cook her food. That also differently. Some of you may have seen a serial by the. So it gives us idea about. I used to see for some time to understand that what is this evil. So what a miserable condition of that girl. And people made it, that is, they stand because of that girl's some problem, this husband died. So every girls have to be suffered by that girl. Now, social reformers thought that the widow should get a chance to remarry. So widow remarriage was also introduced. These all acts of sin with the suspicion. That is what interference in social practices. What is the headline given in your textbook? Interference only, same only. But actually, was it bad? No, it was good only. People that देखने का अंदाज, so that made them to think that they are doing something wrong.
They already did some things wrong, right? So they didn't believe that they were doing the correct thing.
Now also they are believing. They still students like you only told me. Madam, still in Pakistan mistake. So this kind of fact, they are not thinking that it is wrong. Okay, now what is the second this thing? Policy of racial discrimination. What is this discrimination here comes when the British came their whites. They treat the Indians as blacks, inferior races. Already in Indian society, discrimination is there. But what type of discrimination is there? upper class, lower class, like that discrimination is there. Now this add flavor to that discrimination means increase the distance between. So and in every the areas this discrimination was there. Next, when some things were brought with a good ideas. What was that? In trains, when we are traveling, we travel all together. No? It is not that okay. Upper classes or rich classes will go in special this thing. Okay, those who are having money, first class ticket they are getting bus. But in a crowded train, we all are traveling. So when this train was introduced, everyone could enter. This was seen with the suspicion by the Orthodox people. So actually, some of the ideas were not aimed to create discrimination.
But it became one.
But our this thing attitude towards that made it that British policy was to create discrimination or to increase that discrimination. Clear? Next point is that, and one more thing is coming here is that they dubbed that Muslims as cruel and anti-spiritual. So that is also adding that the actual aim was to divide Hindus and Muslims. Divide and rule later. So that was the main aim. So it comes in that way, that is discrimination, discrimination. Clear? This much? Okay. Now let's see that activities of missionaries. Who are called as missionaries?
The people who go on foreign and preach their religion.
Propagate the religion. See, when the Europeans started moving to different parts of the world, they brought with them or they carry with them the ideas. It was not only them. Indians, when they go, they carry the idea that is how that Buddhism and all spread in other parts of the world. This is the common practice. So here, when people came, missionaries came, a new religion brought with them, that was Christianity. And this they spread through education. Christian education also, and through education, see, when I am telling something, you will not blindly believe. See, I just wrote earlier, 1764. She checked it with them and she told her, madam, it is 1767. No, that is the correct way. Checking with, that is what is wrong. So I also have to accept, see, okay, I have done a wrong thing. So the education helps us to understand what is right and wrong. So when the missionaries brought education system, that was seen with the suspicion. So these people came to convert the people from Hinduism to Christianity. That was the doubt or misbelief, we can say. So that is what the activities, whatever they do. And those who, if it was the, say, they used to give money to improve their condition. We can find in India also, now also, the Christian constituted hardly 2% of the population. Hardly 2%. That much is also not there. Muslims constitute about the 16% of the population. But they are considered as minorities and they are living reservations. Christians constitute only 2% all over the country if you are taking, but no reservation. But the status is high.
They never demand for reservation also, because through education they reach to the higher levels. They get education and the higher post and all, so that they use it for the benefit. But the other sections, education wise, they are backward. And because of that, they remain backward forever. Have you ever tried to understand this condition? Because in India, everyone tries for reservation, demand for reservation. Reservation, and the only reservation is 85%. Unreserved category is just 15%. Still demanding for more reservations. And unreserved category, that is where majority of the people are there. If they get 100 out of 100%, not getting job. But the reserved categories, when they are getting 35%, they get the job. So what would be the quality? So that is why I am completely against reservation. Don't tell that man came to teach about against reservation. No. See, when we are not getting reservation, we try to achieve that, we are trying to get the higher levels. We work hard to get. Here, the missionaries taught the people, educate the people, and the standard started improving, and they were looked upon as a group of people who came to convert the world. That is why this become a course. Clear? Now next point, taxing religious places. I am not writing all the points, we will discuss it. What is the meaning of taxing the religious places? You have the temples, mosques, or all the religious places. These places, people donate money. When you are going to temple or whatever religious places, we are giving money, offering money. Yeah? Giving or not? So now, why we are giving money? We have a belief that okay, it is a holy place. But what happened when the British came? They started taxing on these holy places. Why Muslims came to India for plundering India? Ahmad Shah, Abdali, Nadir Shah, all these people came to plunder. Why? India was so rich. Now we are telling that India is a poor country. Because all the wealth was drained out. So what happened here is that they started taxing the holy places, worship places. That also irritated the Indian masses. Clear? Now next is that apprehensions about modern innovations. What is meant by innovation? Discoveries. Discoveries. Everything is seen with the suspicion. Say, for example, I'm very poor in technology. Yeah? So technology means I am afraid to touch. I feel that something will happen. This is what the attitude of older generation.
I mean, yeah, when they introduced telephone lines at that time.
Hanging.
They thought it was fun. Yeah.
So telephone cable, anybody can be handled. No. So, but the people thought that it is for hanging the tradition was that. So like that, what is that? It was the apprehension of the people that everything, all these new inventions or discoveries are going to create harm to them. So that is what I just told this example. You understood, no? Yes. Now, next, let's go. Fears regarding Western education. Already we have studied, but a little more we have to see. See, you get education. Because of that, what happened? You start asking questions. Earlier times, when this thing I used to hear from my mother-in-law. So if anything happened, that her parents used to take her to the teacher. From the teacher, the punishment will be given. Means teachers are considered as the person to punish and make that the children in a proper way. Nowadays, if any teacher take a stick or a scale or anything, immediately it will turn the tide of things. It will be hurricane will come. This is what will happen next, nobody knows. But when I start my career as a teacher, that is one CBSE school I went. So I was very young girl, came from native place. I don't know that Hindi also that time used to. So parents used to come and tell what punishment to be given to the children. Parents, they are directing. You must do like this. You will laugh only when you hear that what type of punishment they said. Nanti करके बाहर खड़ा the first word itself, I sat down. First, what the parent is telling. Like that was the condition of that parents. But that children have ways to, like, we are not beating that much, but we correct the children. The children reach to very high levels. Now my students are in very high positions, still having contact with them. So what is that? The punishment is required. My point is not about the punishment. My point is that education help us to understand, to see the things. If I am telling that, see, if you put salt in water, it will be sweet. ये क्या बोल रहे हैं? Immediately you will start questioning. So this is what the new this use of education. But people started taking modern education as a ghost. Means it is going to harm the society. That is what the apprehensions about. Apprehension, you understood the meaning? Next point is that fears law of property. What is the law of property? Law, LAW. See, earlier what was the condition? Can you just read and explain to me? What's the page number?
Page
13. Law of property.
Yes. So in this, the Religious Disabilities Act of 1850.
That act you have said. That is why I made you to.
In this, they said that people, if they convert from Hinduism to Christianity, at that time they will be allowed to inherit the property of their parents. Yeah.
See, actually, what was the belief of the Hindus? There were so many such beliefs. If cross the ocean, they will lose their caste.
They will come
So, after coming back, they have to do so much rituals to come back to or to join back to the faith. Now, what happened? If he or she changed that religion, they get the right to inherit the property. That irritated the people. How can it happen? They are changing to another religion, and now they can inherit the property of the parent. So this created very much disappointment among the people. So this act you have to learn. So some acts are there. So that is why I told it. Now next point is that oppression of the poor. Everywhere the poor are oppressed. Being poor or being born in a poor family, naturally the condition is to experience oppression. And now the condition become worse. They don't have any land, they don't have any other thing, that is money, they don't have any education. So because of that, their condition remain poor. So you know that your Dr. Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar, he belonged to that caste of untouchables. But why we are remembering him? Because of the constitution, drafting of the constitution, and in the constitution he introduced such points to abolish this kind of untouchability and caste distinctions. He experienced it from childhood onwards, but that experiences helped him to eradicate this when we form into a new country. So that is why earlier this type of people, that is those who are born as untouchables or that backward classes, the condition remained. So this is also another reason, that is more oppression they have to experience. So socio-religious causes, you understand? Any point you need explanation? Now we are moving to the third. What is the third?
Economic causes.
Economic. What are the economic causes? The first point is exploitation of economic resources. Hmm. This economic resources, we know that in India, only crops were grown at that time, especially cotton. Cotton is what type of resource? It is a raw material. Okay. So British collected this raw material at lower prices and sold the finished product to us in higher prices. Just imagine they are collecting so many 2 bales of cotton for 10 rupees. Okay, 10 rupees. And the same that one, when it is made into a finished product, it is coming as a garment, and that we have to buy for 1,000. So where is this 10 and where is this 1,000? We are not allowed to produce or manufacture. All these resources were drained to Europe, especially Britain. So that is what exploitation of the economic resources, and they forced Indians to grow certain crops. You know that indigo. So these all things are cash crops. Cash crop cannot satisfy the hunger. So this exploitation was one of the economic reasons. Now let's see that the drain of wealth. What is that? At this point, another way I am going to explain drain of wealth.
Times of mobile.
See, I am using in a different way. What is trade surplus? Have you heard this word? No. So trade surplus is a condition in which that export is more than import. Okay. Simple thing. If I am selling a product for 10,000 rupees and I purchase a thing for just 2,000 rupees. So I am getting money, isn't it? 8,000 in my hand. So through this business, I got some profit. The British also did like this. British got trade surplus through the Indian trade. They become so rich through Indian trade. But the earlier things, when they are carrying out a trade, they used to use this money for the benefit of the people. But the British use that money for their expenses, their officers' stay, their payment to other countries. They are also purchasing certain things from other countries. No? So for that payment and other expenses, we know that when Mughals were ruling over, they came to India, and when they established the rule, they settled in India, did all this work. Now we are very proud of Taj Mahal, Red Fort, all these buildings. These all were constructed by Mughals. So they did all. Now also we are very much proud of that. So they did or used this in India, but the British drained the wealth of India to their country. Have you got the point? See, many of our students, they are Indians considered as very good in engineering skill. They are expert in that scientific field and expertise in engineering. Earlier also, when India started becoming an independent country, that time we used to import the spare parts and make the finished product and sell. That is why there is a great demand for Indian engineers abroad. So what is happening there? The expertise which we must use in our country, now we are selling to other country for money. Am I correct? We are selling it for money. Your intelligence, you are selling to somebody. So this way, draining the intelligence. Brain drain it is called. It is called brain drain. The intelligence you are selling because you are getting in dollars, you are getting in other currencies. So that when we are comparing, it's huge. Few hours you have to work, but you can make so much money. So this way, draining the wealth of the country. This one clear? Now next point is that decay of cottage industries and handicrafts. What is cottage industries? Industries developed in houses. Now also, this summer time is a time of making this chakli, papad, so many things people make and then store it. So rainy season, this will be removed and then so why? That is the season they are getting so much sunlight. Okay, and they are doing it as a business also. This is what we call cottage industries because they are not having any other employment. They find themselves employed, earn an income. The same way there is handicraft. These all industries were supported by the rulers, encouraged by them, patronized by them. The word is patronized. But when this British came, they suppressed everything. So the income they were getting earlier stopped. They become more poor, and in its place, British set up industries for their benefit. Okay, only few can get employment in the factories. Everyone cannot. So because of that, the cottage industries and handicrafts were affected. Clear? Now next point is economic decline of peasantry. Can you take that this duty book name, page number 6. There that peasants you just read what is given. Because I don't have your textbook, because some of these schools are really telling this is removed this book, this is removed like that. You just have it. No. Okay, then you just read it. I want.
The peasants were economic decline of peasantry. The peasants were discontented with the official land revenue policy and the consequent loss of their land. In fact, it's the peasantry that bore the heavy burden of taxes to provide money for the trade of the company, for the cost of administration and the wars of British expansion in India. For example, in Bengal, the land revenue was double the amount collected under the Mughals. Not even a part of this revenue was spent on the development of agriculture or of the welfare of cultivators. Increasing the land revenue forced many peasants into indebtedness or into selling their lands. The traditional zamindars were replaced by merchants and money lenders. These new landowners had no concern for the peasants. They pushed rents to exorbitant levels and evicted the tenants in case of non-payment. The economic decline of peasants affected cultivation and led to many deadlines.
Okay, I think you understood. Actually, who are growing the crops? Peasants, farmers. Okay, but now these people were not having any ownership rights. Earlier, there was a system called the zamindari system. The zamindars come in between and they give land for cultivation. But now, zamindars are replaced by money lenders. And these peasants have to pay huge tax to the government. Now, for paying the tax, they have to take loans from the money lenders. And this makes them in debt. This condition was very much difficult for the survival of the peasant. So it caused the decline of peasant. Is it clear? Maybe you read that terms we have to understand. Money lender rule, zamindar rule. What was the condition of the peasants? This point is clear. No? Now next point. Decline of landed aristocracy. In that your textbook, there is an Inam Commission.
Inam Commission.
What was the role of Inam Commission? Explain also.
20,000 estates were taken from their owners because they were paid to show the British the title deeds. So
But there weren't any written record that it was their property. There wasn't any bill that said that it was their property. So they were taken.
See, actually, when we are taking a flat on rent, there is a tenancy deed for 11 months or like that, whatever is the agreement. Within that time, you cannot evict that person at any cost because agreement deed is registered. But according to this law, any time they can be evicted, they don't have any ownership. So when we are doing agriculture, one agriculture season is of 4 months. This 4 months, when we start agriculture or anything, after taking loan from the money lenders, afterwards they were evicted from without having any notice. Because of that, they had to suffer a lot. This is not only of peasants, it is also the condition of aristocrats also. Those rich people who own the land. This kind of conditions made them weak. Clear? Condition of the peasantry understood? Aristocrats' condition also was not good. While we are discussing all the sections of people were unhappy. First part we have seen how the princes and kings were unhappy. Then social condition or social groups were unhappy. Then now we have seen all the economic sections were unhappy. So because of that only there was a united movement. Okay, I think break that right there. From stories. Not quite. Not quite.
Series.
Somebody's eye. Not quite. Not. They're here for now. Yes.
Yeah, it's prepare. Yeah, it's prepare. Yeah, yeah.
Aku saya pun tengok tadi. Tuan tahu. Bro. All right.
Diagram. Okay. Next reason is growing unemployment. How can unemployment is distrust? मुझे कुछ job नहीं है, income नहीं है. So what will happen? The feelings of the people becomes very this thing unhappy. So that way, increase number of unemployment. See, last 2-3 years, what happened because of the COVID? Many people lost their jobs, lost their incomes, and especially during the COVID times, it's very difficult time for the parents to meet the expenses, like paying the fees of the children. All that other expenses also. So unemployment when it increases, that growing unhappiness. So that is also a cause for economic cause for this first war of Indian independence. Next is that inhuman treatment of indigo cultivators. What is that? Indigo already we have mentioned. That was a crop or that was a plant grown for dyeing the clothes. I think somewhat like that, this color, indigo color. So Indian farmers were forced to grow. And if they were objecting it, they were harshly treated. And for growing that initial stages, in order to persuade them to grow, they were given some kind of loans. If they did not pay back, they were tortured. This planters, that is those who are forcing the people to grow the crop, they are called indigo planters. They were rich persons. So they treated that poor persons badly. Because we know that so nobody have that such vast land. And this crop could grow in the fertile, most fertile land, especially that the banks of that Ganga, Yamuna, that northern plains. So food crops were affected. So if anybody tried to grow food crops, they were treated. So this kind of ill treatment towards the farmers were also another important reason. Next, poverty and famines. Famines were a common problem at that time. What is famines? Have you heard?
It's having no food.
No food. Because if any crop, if any this thing, climate change happen, crop will fail. And if crop failed, food grains will be scarce. If food grains are not there, that will lead to or prolonged this one will lead to famine. No food means people die. So during the British time, every alternate years, millions of people used to die due to famine. And independent India recovered from all this because of the policies taken by the government. The government used to take a policy or introduce a policy at that time, collecting the food grains from the farmers by giving a minimum support price. The farmers are also happy that crops are collected and stored in that godowns. And the earlier times, everyone used to get it in a rationed way. It's a very low price, poor people are getting. So poor people can afford a living because at a very low price. When we are purchasing the rice from the market for 45 rupees or 50 rupees, poor people are getting it for 3 rupees. So they can have a living and this food they get. Families are not prevalent in the free India because of that. But British were not bothered about. They are getting everything. So millions used to die during the British year. So that was also another economic force. Okay, all the economic causes you understood. Now let's move to the last reason, military. Isn't it? What are the military reasons?
Means taking the military persons by caste, religion, and
That is also the
The way
But
part
after-
which is those.
that was immediate. But there were so many other reasons. The first one is that ill treatment of the Indian soldiers. They were treated badly. They were called as coolies.
Mhm.
Understood? The police are the people, we know that nowadays that is not there in the railway platform. So they were carrying that all the load is carried by one person.
one person.
When we come from native places and all, so much luggage people used to carry. And one person used to carry a shoulder, on head, every part. How that person, poor person is carrying all these things. Nowadays, we are having the luggage, trolleys, trolley bags are there, so we can easily move it. Or so many other the advantages are there. Facilities are there. But those times, these people were considered like this. That is what the treatment they had to experience. The word coolie also arises from this British word. Especially all the colonies they did not got. India, West Indies, like that the people who are not similar like that the white people, that countries they were treated bad. So that is why ill treatment. Got it? Now next point is that it brief process of promotion. We know that every person who are into the job, they get promotion after some years of work on the basis of merit. Sometimes that many years are not there, but on the basis of their merit, they get promotions. You can hear that Subeda, so many ranks are there in the military also. Major. Okay. So all these ranks were denied for Indian persons. when the European personnel are there, quickly they are reaching to the very highest post. But Indians, where they stand, where they join that place, they have to remain. Even after victory also, that means under them, one good victory was achieved, then also they did not get any promotions. Next important point is that deprivation of or deprivation of allowances and low salaries. What is that? Deprived. Earlier, what they used to do initially, if they were taken, if they were sent to wage war in some parts, after that they used to get some allowances. Now they stopped that allowances, deprived of getting that allowance, and they were paid low salaries. This made a wide gap between the European soldiers and the Indian soldiers. They are working in the same, but there is a big gap between. That made them to feel that they are getting a low status, so they have to protest against. Next, faulty distribution of troops. Can you take page number 8 of that? Later you will have page number 8. In your textbook also it is done, but page number I don't know. Page 40 distribution of troops, page number 50. Just read it and tell me how it was distributed. Got it? How was the faulty distribution?
As the ratio of Europeans and Indians were not perfectly equal. It was like 1:5 in the earlier times. And in Delhi and Allahabad, there was not at all the Europeans.
That is what the strategic points. We know that if you have studied about Muhammad bin Tughlaq, one of the reasons for the failure was that he shifted the capital from Delhi to Delhi. Okay. Now, when he shifted, he told everything to be shifted. So, the moment they released somehow at that time, this kind of what is transport facilities are not there. By the time we are foreign attack. The same way, strategic point is very important part. Delhi was the most important capital city. So there, no European soldiers. So it was very easy for the soldiers to capture that. That is how the initial stages that part you don't have to study. So one of the independence initial stages, 1857 May onwards till 1858, they conquered some parts. They Indian soldiers find victory. That was very easy for them to strike the European points. That is what the result. Clear or not? Next is that the General Service Enlistment Act. Again, that one is very important. Earlier one act I have told you. This act also you just jot down and learn. General Service Enlistment Act.
Was a problem for English to easily. Otherwise, there was fear that they will lose their religion.
Got it? What was that? We know that every religion has some beliefs, customs. According to the Hindu custom, if they cross the ocean, they will lose the caste. They were not ready to cross, but now they were forced to cross. So the act itself was caused that it is compulsory for them. That irritated. Otherwise, also there was a forced recruitment in the army. They were forced to do the military service, and now they were forced to cross the sea and wage war. Many parts they were such. That also irritated the soldiers. But this acts you have to very carefully and learn. What is this act region? What is enactment? What is all those acts? Now, next point is that the larger proportion of Indians already you have mentioned. Poor performance of British troops. What is meant by poor performance?
Means not
They were actually, what you have to understand is that when they came to India to rule, very few people only were ready to come to India. Now for working, the Europeans have to train Indians to work. So these people were not ready. They were so lazy people. They don't want to work. So they did not perform well. So that was an advantage for Indians in one way. What the tactic they used? The same tactic we used against them. Because we got training. We got that knowledge about what is happening in Europe. So that is what the Europeans or British soldiers performed poorly. That also was one of the reasons. If they did not do the work, they will get the salary, allowances, promotions, everything. Whereas an Indian who toiled day in and out, not getting what they deserve. So that makes them to revolt. Next one, that is the most important part of it, immediate course. That can be separated as immediate course. Yes, can you tell what was the immediate course? The immediate fix. Yes. What is the immediate course, sir?
British replaced the old brown musket to the new Enfield rifle. The loading process was that to keep the cartridge near the mouth and bite it with the gates. And in Bengal regiments, there was a rumor that the cartridge was made of fat of pig or cow. And cow
It was not made. It was greased. Okay, greased. But it is purely a rumor. Okay. Now, in order to fill into the rifle, they have to open the seal. And that seal can be opened with the only teeth. They have to remove the seal. Understood? So, the rumor was that it was greased with the fat of cows and pigs. Now, what is the problem here? Okay, if it is like that, what's the problem?
In those are
Worship.
and it's a
Taboo for Muslims. Okay, it's a taboo for. So our that military comprised of Hindus and Muslims. So they hesitated to use them. That was the beginning of. That is, Mangal Pandey was the first person who hesitated to use this. And with that began that republic. Clear? All this military courses and including the immediate course. Yes, anybody have doubt? So in between, how was the revolt? You don't have to learn now. Is there or not? Textbook, your phone will start all there. That is cancer. This all things are cancer. And now we come to consequences. Consequences means that is not there. That is why I told you how the revolt take place. It's not there. Now let's see what are the consequences. Consequences means effects. When the revolted, what happened? The first consequence is the end of the company rule. East India Company, which came to India as a trading company, now no more. As a trading company also, ruling company also. So that was the first and foremost effect. Okay? Tell me, what is the first effect? First consequence?
The
End of company. Next consequence is that Queen Victoria Proclamation. That was in 1858.
November 1.
That you just underline. Number 1, Allahabad, Queen Victoria Proclamation. Underline. Okay. And in that, Lord Canning is also. Who was Lord Canning? The first vice governor. So, in that time, the person was known as Governor General. Now, Governor General will be renamed as Vice Governor. So, Lord Canning was that time's Governor General, he became the first. Yeah, so that's one. So, Queen Victoria Proclamation, according to which so many changes happened. The Queen directly took over the administration of India, and for that, there was an officer in Britain, Secretary of State for Indian Affairs. He belongs to that British party. And one council, India Council, was made to carry out that administration for India. So what are things? Queen Victoria become the crown, and means sovereignty passed from that trading company to the crown. Now also we know that we are having Commonwealth of Nations. Have you heard about Commonwealth of Nations? No. Okay. Commonwealth of Nations were those countries which were once under the British rule. That countries are known as Commonwealth of Nations. And to that countries, if India is sending the representatives, they were called as High Commissioners. Other countries, they were called as ambassadors. So further, when something is coming, you have to remember. It's not in text, it is in other moments. But it's Commonwealth of Nations. So from that time onwards, that Queen began to be the ruler of all the British colonies. Who was the first
Lord
Queen? No, Queen Victoria. Now, last year when Queen died, Who was that? Queen Elizabeth II. Okay. So at that time, Queen Victoria was the ruler. Okay. Now, next point, end of Mughals and Peshwas. Till that time, Mughals were a dynasty and it was a powerful dynasty. Now that the Mughals were no more in India. Next change, who were the Peshwas? Peshwas were the Marathas. So that was also not. Next, change in relation with the princely states. What was the princely states? So we can see that two type of units were there. One is that provinces and second is princely states. While talking now, spelling mistake is there. Provinces are one type. Bengal province, Madras province, Mumbai, like Bombay province, like that, or presidency, provinces or presidencies. Because northwestern frontier province it was not called as presidency. So one region was directly ruled by British were called as province. Now the kings were the authority, kings were the royal families were there. That regions were called as princely states. Now the relationship between the princely states changed. How it was changed? What was the attitude?
Were loyal to the British and helped them in suppressing the revolt.
They were given status, the privy post, that means allowance. They were allowed to remain as. Understood or not? So when we got independence, that territories, the princely states were to be annexed to the Indian Union. It was a big process. So around 600 such princely states were there at that time after getting independence. Okay. So the relationship between the princely states changed. Next, what is that? Next is the policy of divide and rule. The worst policy of the British and the after effect of that only we are now suffering. Dividing the people on the basis of religion, Hindus and Muslims. When they gave that independence to India, they made this way. We are giving independence to two nations, Hindus and Muslims. They did not mention India and Pakistan, but they clearly mentioned that independence to two nations. So that is what the divide and rule. Dividing the people on the basis of religion, caste. We know that is so much bloodshed and violence occurred due to this kind of rivalry between. You might have read the story of the fox and the gods. Two gods were there. No, simple. It is a kind of folk story. It's a common pass that story. So this gods were there, and the fox. So it always happens. Fox were always very clever. Fox wanted to drink the blood of this one. So they made both gods to fight. So what will happen? After fighting, something will happen. Easily it can drink the blood or eat the flesh. So this way, British were on one side and they made Indians to fight. That is what the divide and rule. Next one, racial antagonism. Antagonism means hatred.
Yes.
Based on races. In India, countless races are there. So, racial antagonism has been created. Then, foreign policy. What is the foreign policy? What was the earlier policy and what change happened? No, that is accepted policy. But what is foreign policy? Yes, written. How foreign policy changed? What is the foreign policy?
Protection of its Indian empire and expansion of British economic and commercial interest in Asian countries.
See, actually what happened, it was not that supporting that Indian development. Use this Indian resources for the expansion of its interest in Asia. With our money, the policy of expansion can be continued in other parts of Asia. That was the foreign policy. Clear or not? See, actually with the money or with the resources, the development of our country to be seen. Just thought that we will not use these resources for anything else, but in real sense, they utilize the resources for the expansion in our lives. Clear? Next, religious changes. What was the religious change?
I mean, it is like religious means abolition.
See, they told that henceforth we will not interfere in your religion.
Queen Victoria's proclamation.
Yes. Through Queen Victoria proclamation, henceforth we are not going to interfere in your religion. That is what the religious is. Got it? So earlier we had so many problems and we protested against, and they learned a lesson that not to touch this part. People are very sensitive. We know that when we talk about religion, it is very sensitive aspect. We have to think a lot and talk. So then, henceforth, we will not interfere in the religious. That is what the religious is. Clear? Don't get it confused, mix up. If it is not clear, you have to ask. All the consequences one by one we are saying, and we are coming to the end of that. What is that? The next point is economic exploitation. What type of economic exploitation? See that? What change?
India was trying to become colonial economy, exporting raw materials.
Now what change? Consequence what will happen? Earlier resources were taken. Now,
Presents.
you read the stage.
The pricing of it.
India was turned into a typical colonial economy, exporting raw materials and importing finished goods. Now, the salary and allowances of the Secretary of State and the members of the Indian Council, the civil servants and the military officers were a large trainer. Already I told you. Okay. Then peasants were impoverished, which become very poor. And then the British person, you have already learned that what it is, handicrafts, everything stop. So because of the policies, the condition of that people become very okay. There is not much this thing. It is worsened only. Next, rise of nationalism. That's a very important effect. What is nationalism? Feeling of pride. That pride developed. Now the people began to think that it is my country. We have to work together. It is neither that Maharashtra or that Rajasthan or like that. Our country, that feeling of nationalism started. That was the greatest achievement. Nothing else. This is the most important achievement or consequence of people united. Earlier, there was scattered group. Hey, इसका प्रकार है, मेरा प्रकार है. So like that, people differed. But now they started uniting together and work for the nation. That feeling developed. That is what the nationalism. Next, widening the gulf between Hindus and Muslims. Why? How this gulf is different? How it widened the gulf? Divided. Hindus are completely different. ये हमारा है, ये हमारे राज्य है. लोग बाहर से आए, ये that हम लोग के खिलाफ है तुम लोग work करते हैं. That difference is so widened. We know that India after independence experienced so much progress. The partition created very severe problems. Refugee problem. Have you heard about refugee problem? People, Hindu people who were living in Pakistan were forced to leave that country and come back. India did not tell you go back. It never go. And this, it is written, there is a book of that time, Freedom at Midnight. In that, this experience is clearly written. So what happened? These Pakistan people, they have poisoned the water. Means they are, all the crowd of people were running for their life. They wanted to come to India, but on the way also they were trying, that Pakistan was trying to kill them. So this kind of large number of refugees now going to accommodate. Where these people will come and stay. You might have heard about Delhi, Havelis were there. Large houses. So, these people came and occupied the houses. That is how they got. Forcefully they occupied. Okay. So some of them left everything and moved to Pakistan. They thought that they will get something big. So this way, so much problems that time itself started. And afterwards, you might have heard about industry demolished and that caused the fight between the Hindus and Muslims. So these all things aggravated after that. What is that war of independence? That was created by the British. Okay, we can claim that or we can believe that okay, British have done something. Many things we got. We know that the Parliament House is the Rashtrapati Bhavan. That in Mumbai we know that CST station. So that many things, bridges and all. Nowadays, when the bridge is constructed, before the inauguration is falling into that water, that way many things are that wasn't there. But they have done. They never thought that they will go back and take it back to them. So some things they have done. But at the same time, this rivalry also they have lifted. Never-ending problem of that Kashmir issue was created by. Because they were very close. People have no enmity now. Do we think that Pakistan has an enemy? We haven't seen any Pakistani. We don't have any enmity. But the governments have enmity. We know that earlier that cricket matches used to be there. India-Pakistan match means it is like a war only.
That's
For the time. It cultivated. Now also in Mumbai, there's the part that a group of people who support Pakistan. When this match is there, they will support Pakistan. Then majority of the people, that is the 99% of the people supporting India to win. There are some really. It's that kind of hatred filled into the minds. If we are feeling hatred, that hatred will come. We never have that anymore. How these people, small boys are turning out to be terrorists? They are brainwashed. They are created as enemies of India. I have heard from that one lady in our school, one Afghan lady become. So I happened to go along with her. So on the journey, while returning back, we were staying in the same place too. So she used to explain about it. She had a brother. That time, this boy was of 7 years old. From the school, he was taken by that militants. Barracks, he was taken. And afterwards, they did not get an opportunity to see this boy. It is a real experience. Afterwards, if that boy happened to see the sister, parents, and all, he will not have any feeling towards that my parents or my sister will have that. Because earth is filled with hatred. So that is what, because of that, I told that the religion is very sensitive. So that was created by the British. Instill that faith. Okay, now I am going to give you some homework. Homework that doesn't got over. Any doubt if you are having, you can ask. Just turn that pages and ask. Because I know that I just brushed up on it, but while explaining every part I have. Any doubt is there, you can ask. Anything. Even though I want to complain, that is what the planning one. But everything I have covered. Any problem? Any problem, sir? Understood or not?
Yes.
Okay. Then I am giving you some homework. Now next week only we will meet. No, this is the day. First thing, in your textbook, chronological that events is given. Which page it is given, I don't know. Yes. Page 17. Yes, yes. That one. Chronology of events. You have to write in your book and learn it. Because that part is not to be done which day, which happens. But for your knowledge and understanding, that to be done. Which day what happened, when they have attacked the village, when they take now. So that is. If you are not, this is not in the question, but I am telling you, just keep, because we are learning about our own country. When this happened,
These are the events that happen.
events. That is, what is that first unrest among the soldiers at Varambur in Bengal? Well, so that is February 26, 1857, like that. Clear? Huh? That is one. Page number 70, that is chronology of events. Then. Because in some cases, if it is coming, then that time you cannot go back and while going itself, if you are studying that. Then. Page 20 and 21. Review exercise and class work for say everything you page 20. You did not bring. I just keep it. They will just write down. Questions are the review exercise. No. Page 20 is good. 20 and 21. 20 you make question. Now page 20, one question. 21, 2, 3, and 4. Clear?
Review exercise.
Yes. Homework.
Okay.
And what was post officer? Post officer.
Post office act was you must
Use.
which part is?
Page 15.
Page 15, textbook.
Deprivation of allowance. Yes.
See, actually, some people are getting the privilege of not to pay. The government servants, all the phone bills are free, like that. So by this act, 1854 Post Office Act, withdraw all this privileges, whatever free that is military soldiers used to get. Now also, that soldiers are getting all these privileges. So that privileges, when see, we are having a high respect to our soldiers. Why we are having? See, when we all are sleeping, we are guarding. Then only we are able to sleep. If anyone intrude into India, then so many problems can happen. So they are just guarding. So we are having high respect to our soldiers. So whatever benefit they are getting, we are happy. Isn't it? So soldiers should get all this kind of benefits. But through that act,
It's
stop. Clear? Anything else? You have to learn, go through, because when test is there, you should be able to test of social ka. You think next school का मुझे लगता है ना.
वो exam आएगा.
But here, that you take a test होता है. So for that you base with that when it is coming, I don't know. That is when I asked me to tell about the question. I said that but I am not making. So maybe based on that. Beauty का वॉल्यूम से go through करने का taking care of that. Because it cover ability. That is the advantage. So than spending lot of time in this thing, reading and all. So usually is not short with the ability is. Okay. So each courses, that means what political courses you have to learn separately. Then religious and social courses, economic courses and military courses. Then lastly, immediate course that you have to separate always. That is coming in military, but as an immediate course. Okay. Then effect means consequence, but other qualification. You don't have to write it that in volume. So you have to write that point. It's explained now. This drawback is not to be studied or not. No. Drawback, last part. It is not there.
Your meaning.
You also really cancel that.
No, drawbacks is cancelled.
I covered many things, not all the things. Then in the place of map, reading the picture only coming,
Picture.
but normally the previously map only. That is like picture study also you will learn. So I was not knowing. I think they told me. Recently happened. Map only in geography. That volume is the. Pin charts. Pin charts is above 70s. Henry is his brother also is in 60s. Not 80. Close 95. She was very good. Very stars movement like that. Means behavior and her nature.
Same diameter thing also happened. But gold being diameter. Like Princess Diana.
Princess Diana.
Like she was killed in a car accident, and it was said that he might have killed her for his own purpose.
Maybe it's that one. She was that times the beautiful woman. So she was killed. That is everything in that car was planned like that. So in a subway only it happened. And they brought the news that she was traveling with her boyfriend. Then it was crashed out like that. Because there was having this thing about some jealousy or something like that. So that is it was planned. Diana was the first wife. Yeah, he was the Spanish.
Moving Banti and then moving directly.
But now that he managed that lady was a caretaker.
Oh.
That lady is not royal.
Actually, work is only
And
But normally, curse of the like one of the since the image of the curse.
he was asking that.
Elizabeth's husband.
Philip.
Huh?
Philip.
That's a Philip. No, I have no idea.
He was no. He was not. Philip was, but he did not inherit that. It was actually inheritance go from father to son to son. But the daughter it went. So this man, Philip, not belonging to that. Right. That means that lineage. So he was from outside like that. That is why he did not become king. And now what happened legally after the death of this thing, mother, Charles become the legal heir. Charles is having one brother, Henry, Prince Harry. No? So, but what happened in the royal family? So much problems are there. So much problems are there, and this Prince Harry left England. And now he was working in that military. They have to serve. That is why I told you Elizabeth is so good. That they have so much property. The whole that Wales belong to them. So, but still, she told that you have to work. So when Harry was working, this Charles was also working. But afterwards, this thing, something related to the marriage dispute happened. So both the brothers were not having good relation. So he had to leave that palace and he lives in America.
Oh.
And this his marriage was also not from the royal family. He did not marry. That was the reason for the dispute. Some Indian lineage is there. Now, the Indian person only there,
The president of British
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister. And it is in the the different memes and stuff that they can. Like the amount of jokes I've heard of on that.
What?
Yeah, it's our time to fire back. Directly on top, like I saw this on this article. It was like and when I read it, I was like laughing continuously. So,
No, see, actually in many places like America also, vice president is the Indian person. So, but what happened, nothing is favorable to India. Then for all high posts they are enjoying, but India should get some. Now, England, they have passed a law that they're reducing the number of Indian students for higher studies. Because that country is economically not in good position. England, many of the countries are not good in economic condition. So these all things, if Indian students are coming in large numbers. So not to allow, they are going to make a restriction on the number. Okay, homework to be done, prepare for that, then this list, I don't know. They are already giving, no, engagement. Phone number. Yes. Okay. Did you see the marks, right? Something. Huh?
अरे रैंकिंग है ना रियल नंबर्स का हम लोग Please tell me it's rankings. Second is very first. You 160. 160. Same as what you have. When I came by so more tension, yes, we must have. लेकिन हमारा ब्रांच में जिस खाया को और इंडस्ट्री को से कम से लेकिन हम ड्यूटी का ब्रांच इसको बताना तो तुम्हारा 15 मार्क्स का पेपर में 10 मार्क्स इज नॉट सेटिस्फाइड मार्क्स समझ में आया तो आप थोड़ा सीधे से 3 बार तुम्हारा क्या मिस्टेक है कहाँ हो गया है और उसमें कुछ डाउट है कुछ प्रॉब्लम है वी आर हैविंग डाउट सॉल्विंग लेक्चर्स एक्स्ट्रा लेक्चर डिटेल्स एंड एवरीथिंग क्लियर योर